Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. So once again, you're not under the sounds of the voice of the true disciples of Christ. So we're saying Shabbat Shalom to all of the believing Israelites under the sounds of our voice. Thank you for tuning in. And as you come in the room, give a thumbs up to enable more people to actually tune in to the stream. Very important message here to those that can actually receive it. To those that cannot, shalom and have a nice day. So as you may know, if it's not in your city already or in your state already, coming to a city near you is the results of martial law. Many people are actually been told not to return to work. Many people are being laid off. Most of the school system has shut down for at least 2 weeks or more. Hospital employees are actually being informed by the head staff not to see any patients that have a cough or any type of coronavirus like symptoms. You're being turned away. As a result, what do you think? What do you think's going to happen? They're setting up test stations. They already have a test station in Manhattan, New York City, where you drive through with your windows up and be tested. They're setting up test stations in Walmart parking lots. They got Google is creating an online account where you could go in and read through various symptoms of the coronavirus to determine whether or not you have it. The United States is not prepared for this. Is it because they wasn't aware? They knew. There was test kits that was available from China. The U.S. rejected those. They said, we'll build our own. And when they built their own, their kits fell. Their kits wouldn't do the job. So now, as a result, it has spread throughout the United States. And I can tell you, they're not giving you the true numbers of the people that is actually affected. I was in Costco. You had people fighting over damn toilet paper. Physical fist fight over toilet paper. Shelves empty when you go into the grocery stores.
God.
But I told people this. Were you on the live stream, Yashabun? When I told people last year, when Trump called the national emergency, I said, get some food supplies, dry food, canned goods, get some ammo for your weapons, and put it in a storage unit, man. Put it in a storage.
Nah. We don't supposed to do that. We don't supposed to do that. That's what the Israelites say. We're not supposed to do that.
The Lord take care of us. What same kind of Christian doctrine, right? Same kind of Christian doctrine. Now, a lot of Israelites don't have it. You go into a store now, it's exceedingly difficult to get hand sanitized. So now make your own. Make your own. It's difficult to get water in a lot of stores. I got some in storage. And I got that heat too. I got that heat toast, and I keep my toast close, man. Like I'm gonna eat Pop Tarts a damn, you know what I mean, toast every day. And you will get toasted. You see what I'm saying? It's not just a shirt. I got the iPad. You understand?
God.
You got the iPad, man. You got to be able to defend yours and your own, man. But this is very serious now. That brother Eleazar out in Cali, he got laid off. He went in, they laid him off. Well, with the de facto that you call government is telling people to do, lay them off. Give them 2 weeks sick leave. Pay it. Then let them fend for themselves. But what's going to happen when these people... You saw what happened when Trump called the last national emergency when those federal employees didn't get paid? People was almost damn starving. They had to give them food. Americans are not prepared to go a month without a paycheck. How you going to eat? That's going to create riotous condition. Then the military is going to come in and mop 4. You know what mop 4 is, Yashabah. They come in chemical suits. They're going to be protected. You're not. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do now? To all of you that said, oh, you're overemphasizing it. That's conspiracy theory. What are you going to do now? All of the single Eves don't need a man? When these rioters, and it's coming, man. I'm telling you. Now you can see this is very real. You're not allowed to go and visit your parent or your grandparent in these so-called elderly homes. They done shut those down. Don't you know the most likelihood of this thing being spreaded is in hospitals, in those elderly homes? So the hospital saying they don't want their staffs infected. So if you come in with a cough, turn you away. So if you turn away, what you gonna do? You're gonna die. If your immune system's not strong enough, I'm gonna tell you straight, man. This is all strategically planned. I hate to say that, and I know many of you think I'm a conspiracy theorist. This has actually all been strategically planned. Why did the U.S. turn around those? Why did it turn away those kids? Why did it want it to create its own, causing it to spread here? Now your family can't come here from Europe. Now the pendulum is swinging back. There was not a ban from people coming from the UK. A few hours later, I just found out there's a ban. People can't come here from the UK either, man. The disease is going rampant in China. Some of you simple damn Israelites are still eating Chinese food. You're simple as hell, man. It's called the Wuhan disease for a reason. It came from China. And guess who's next on the list? Get out of here. They next on the list, man. Italy. That's the next place where this disease has spread in rapid numbers. No Europeans coming to America unless you're an American citizen. And guess what? When you come from there, they're going to put your ass in quarantine. Understand that. Have any of you noticed, Matt? In some of these damn parking lots, when you go to things like Target and Walmart, if you're on Long Island, they got damn canisters sitting out there. You know what they build those cantina homes out? People don't pay attention. I've been paying attention, man. They have damn canister homes, not canister homes, but empty canisters sitting in damn parking lots like Target, Walmart. Know what they for? They're going to be test stations, and they're going to put you behind it and ship you to a damn, they're going to call it a detention center, but it's really a concentration camp. Man, I lived this out in the military, man.
Come on.
You guys don't really know what real martial law looked like. We ran people, we rounded people up, put them on the back of 5-ton dump trucks at gunpoint and took them to damn, they call them detention centers. They're really concentration camps. Then separated the men from the women. The men was over here and the women and children was over there. That's what it's coming to. Now, let me ask you a question, man. All of you people that think this is a game, right? When you test positive, right? Do you really think they're going to let you run amok? Because this is part of population control, right? You got homeless people. Anyone hear about the homeless man that they picked up? He didn't have a place to stay, let him stay at a hotel. Turns out he had the damn coronavirus. He got up in the middle of the night, went across the street, and robbed the damn 7-Eleven.
No, I didn't hear about that.
This is not the time to be a good Samaritan, man. They trying to help him. He woke up in the middle of the night, went and robbed the 7-Eleven. Turns out he had the damn coronavirus. Spreading it. TSA agents, 4 of them. 4 of them. The employees in San Diego had it. They was patting the people down. Could it be possible that you just spread it to everyone that they pat down? Pilot, flying the damn plane hat. Do people understand that this is spread by sneezing and coughing? And I'm in the store and a damn biracial couple coming through, and the Negro woman walking with the Edomite was saying, "Oh wow, everything's off the shelf," and she's sniffing. I got the hell away from her, man. When that's my word to the Most High, man. When I heard her sniff, I was at the other end of the aisle. I turned the hell around, man. I done a 180. She talking about what's missing from the shelf, and you coming in here sniffing? I don't know what the hell that is. You understand? I'm telling you, man, you can't trust this, man. It's not really laughable. You can't trust it because you don't know if it's a coronavirus or not.
That's right.
Because it's the same symptoms of the common cold.
Same exact.
They got one up on you this time, man. Now, how many of you remember that movie, The Bird Box? You understand? That they put on Netflix. You see how that was spreaded? Just simply by your eyes being uncovered. This one's even worse. You can't stop this one. You could spread it by coughing in the air. You understand? You could spread it by sneezing. You could spread it, stay the hell out of the gyms, man. You could spread it by touching something that they touch. This thing is serious, man. This is serious. It's not that serious. And so I made a video yesterday about people running up into the stores. I'm like this, y'all. I just need a little bit of water. I got water in storage. I got canned goods in storage. I got dry food in storage. You understand? And so what's going to happen, more of these people are going to get laid off, just like it happened when Trump called that national emergency. And those people are not going to be able to eat this time. You're not going to be, a lot of businesses are going to go out of business, man. The people that's making the money now, the people that's selling the water, the cleaning supplies empty. I went into a damn Walmart to get some Lysol, everything's gone. Word to my dead father, everything's gone. Everything's gone. And so they're engendering fear into your mind to the point that they're going to create a panic and people are going to create a riotous condition in the streets and the military is going to come in. I mean, it's something. All you people that's running to these test stations to, go and get tested. We need to know if you have it. What the hell you think they're going to do with you, Negro? You think they're going to let you run free? They're going to put your name on a list and they're going to come to pick you up. Because I'm hit you with something. After the testing, you know what's coming next? Mandatory vaccines. Mandatory vaccine. You're going to remember that I said that. Mandatory vaccines are going to come next, forthwith, right? And you might be forced to take it at gunpoint. And you know every vaccine has to always have some of the germ in it. Any of you ever hear of the Tuskegee experiment? I'm not trying to create no fear. That's when they injected 100 black men with syphilis intentionally, right? But what about when they injected them with ST40? They were supposed to be finding a cure for cancer, and it comes to find out that Esau was intentionally injecting the black people. That when the polio vaccination, when polio broke out, it was a pandemic. What did they do to you, Jay? They told you to come and get the polio vaccination. Comes to turn out that the Israelites, the black people that was getting the polio vaccination, they was intentionally injecting them with SD40, which was a cancer contaminant itself. You can't trust these people, man. Oh, tells it out. The government wouldn't do that. I suggested you go and look at damn history, man. I suggested you go and look at damn history, man. This is very real, man. And Trump can't get you out of this, man. Trump didn't put you in there. Check this out. Get the book of Jeremiah 17, verse 5. Trump can't get you out of this thing, man. It was the Lord that's doing this thing, man. Sure, they might have created it, but it's the Lord that's allowing this thing to take place. And look who's hitting. It's hitting Moab and it's hitting Esau hard body. You better get in these scriptures, man, and you better not fall out of this truth. You better stay away from wicked Negroes like these One West camps, man. These men are not teaching you the truth, man. These men are not concerned about your salvation. They're concerned about them YouTube hits and notoriety. This is real. The Lord is showing you, man. And all this is prophecy. And we're going to go into it, man. We're going to go into the scriptures and show you that this is in the Bible, man. This is that fourth horse, the pale horse, whose rider is death. You got that up? Jeremiah 17, verse 5.
Con. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Stop for a second. Most of these people are trusting in man. You're trusting in the government. Oh, the government will protect us. They're going to come out with a vaccine and you're going to die, Negro, die. Just like these, when the polio outbreak took place, they injected you damn blacks with SD40, which was a cancer contaminant itself. Now, you could call me a damn conspiracy theories all you want to, but you're going to look at the history on this. I'm telling you, man, you better be careful because they know who you are and you don't know who you are. Read up.
And maketh flesh his arm.
Yeah, you leaning on another man's arm for support. You leaning on Donald Trump. You leaning on another man for support. You're trusting in them. The Lord said don't trust in oppression. Go ahead, huh?
And whose heart departeth from the Lord.
So once you put your trust in man like that, your heart has departed from the Most High. Your heart has departed from the Lord. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man and make him flesh his arm. You leaning on another man's arm for support? You better lean on the Lord. COV. Christ over coronavirus. COCV. Christ over coronavirus. That's what it better be, man. You better trust in the Lord. Jump down to the 9th verse.
Jeremiah 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
You better stop trusting in your heart. Oh, yeah, I'm going to follow my heart, Tazadok. I'm going to follow my heart. The Lord said the heart is deceitful of all things through his prophet Jeremiah. Jump to that 7th verse. Let me show you who's supposed to be trusting it.
Jeremiah 17, verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is.
Blessed is the man that trusteth in Hamashiach, Yahweh, whose hope the Lord is. Whose hope the Lord is. Science is not going to get you out of this one, buddy. Science is not going to get you out of this one, buddy. It was the Lord that put you in this thing, man. And only the Lord could get you out. You better put your trust in the Lord. Christ over coronavirus. COCV. Christ over coronavirus. So that you can understand. From there, let's go to the book of Psalm 62, verse 10. You got to stop trusting in oppression, Yasha. Stop trusting in oppression. Trust in the Most High. You know, all you Egyptologists, you're going to believe in something, boy. Sanada, you're going to believe in something. All that damn mockery you was talking about the Israelites. All you damn Muslims on the corner making mockery of, yeah, we see them Israelites out there on the corner. Look at them. They just like Power Rangers. Okay, keep talking. Let's see who you turn to now. Let's see if one of them Egyptian gods will save you now. Call on Ra to save you now. Go ahead, up.
Psalm 62 and verse 10. Trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery.
Yeah, don't trust in oppression, man. When you trust in this system, this government, this de facto, you're trusting in oppression. I don't give a damn who don't like it. I'm going to tell you the truth. That's what you're trusting in. You're trusting in oppression. When you trust this government, and a lot of our people are going to die, man. Get Amos 9, verse 10. A lot of our people are going to die. Oh, you sinners, oh, you Negroes, you could get ready for death. Unless you repent quickly. This thing's real, man. What we're seeing now is prophecy taking place. What we're seeing now is prophecy taking place. You can like that, understand it, believe it or not.
Book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
Shall die. All the sinners of my people shall die. So we're dealing with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Anyone familiar with that? Anyone in the room familiar with that? Anyone familiar with the 4 horses of the apocalypse? I don't mean from a Christianity perspective. Anyone familiar with that 4th horse? Let me hit you with something, right? Let me give you a little bit of history, right? And we're going to open it up for cause after we put some precepts out here, because, you know, everything's supposed to be done, you know what I mean, rooted in the word. Hundreds of thousands of people die from the flu every year. That's indisputable. That's indisputable. A flu is a virus. I had some jackass under my post on Facebook. Yeah, they got a cure for everything. Why in the hell they haven't stopped the flu? A jackass could have a stack of dictionaries or law books on his back going down the mountain, Yashabum. When he get to the bottom of the mountain, he's still going to be a jackass. Jackass can't read. So even if they have a cure for it, if they're not giving it to you, bird brain, what the hell good is it? You have hundreds of thousands of people that die from the flu every year because it's a virus. Some say, and the people need to calm down. Coronavirus is not that serious. It's been declared a pandemic now by the World Health Organization. On Friday, Donald Duck Trump declared another national emergency. Why was it necessary to declare one? We were still under the old one, and the one before that, and the one before that, but this one's serious. So what do you do now? All of you that laugh, what are you going to do now? Oh, you Israelites, nah, we don't need that up. Yahweh Shah got it. What the heck are you going to do now? Everyone should wash their hands. I'm going to hit you with something, man. At least 20 seconds. I was at the gym. I seen a no good dirty dog go and urinate. Didn't even wash his damn hands. You understand? I wanted to take the damn trash can and hit him upside the damn head, because it's people like that that have spread this thing. He'll go and shake someone's damn hand. That's why I don't shake hands. Even on the street, when I'm in camp or something like that, man, someone kind of shake my hand. I said, I don't shake hands. We say shalom. I'm an Israelite. I just say shalom, man. I salute them. I don't shake hands, man. Because you never knew who's cleaning their hands and who isn't. And now it's a necessity. So you got to wash your hands at least for 20 seconds. You understand? No more shaking hands. Elbow bump me, Negro. Or just salute me. Don't shake my damn hand. And all you clowns, let me show you. You seen these people in China that's wearing the damn face mask? Stop buying it. You're wasting your damn time. Let me tell you straight. The face mask does not protect against coronavirus. They're spread it by touching you, bird brain. Go and do some damn research. That's not protecting you. So stop wasting your money on face masks. They don't protect against the virus. An airplane is filtered 20 to 30 times an hour. You might want to avoid flying. Avoid cruise ships. Just stay home and relax, man. Enjoy your family. It's the Lord Shabbat. A lot of you wicked Negroes, you should be on this call. We should have 200, 300 people on this call. Where they at? You're out buying and selling. Violating the Lord's Shabbat. So the flu kill people. The coronavirus might end up being worse. The life that you live has now been chosen. It has now been changed. How many people remember 9/11? Patriot Act was passed. Something drastic is going to happen as a result of this, fam. I'm telling you. Something drastic is going to occur as a result of this, and it's going to stay in place indefinitely. They're going to pass some kind of act. Mandatory vaccinations are going to come. Watch what I'm telling you. People are going to be sent to damn concentration camps. They're going to call them detention centers. Or they're going to call them quarantine, right? And if you don't go, you're going to be forced to go at gunpoint. It's not going to be so funny anymore. People like Taza Doc and T-Doc is not going to seem so deranged anymore. So what's the difference between the coronavirus and the flu? Well, for starters, there's no damn vaccine for COVID-19. It could take many months. Might take a year for them to come up with a vaccine, to get one to market. And so unlike the emphysema or influenza, unlike the flu virus, for which there are several different vaccines, men have not built up an immunity over multiple generations like they have the flu. The flu's been out for generations. What's worse is that doctors fear the virus will mutate. So the damn hospital said, if you have it, don't come here. We can't help you. The first known person was reported to have contracted the virus on December the 1st in China, Wuhan, China. Now, since then, to all of you that don't think this is serious, it's spread it to at least 118 different countries. 118 different countries. You're going to have to change your behavior, man. You're going to have to change your lifestyle. Public officials in New York have said people should avoid taking mass transit. What the hell? How are they going to get around? What you going to do when a homeless man get on the damn train in rush hour that has the damn coronavirus? I'm not trying to create a panic, but if you could get the hell out of New York, like I told you this morning, man, you better get out of there, man. Or you may not be able to walk out. You might be carried out if you got family members down south and they're going to transport you down south. Understand that. I understand that. And you tell the doc, you're exaggerating. No, I'm not exaggerating, man. And I'm not fear-mongering. They're saying that avoid taking mass transit. Most people in New York don't drive. They know that. Italy has effectively quarantined its entire population. Mob can't fight against the coronavirus. Israel, right? They're over there in Ireland. Israel, right? They closed their borders. Matata, if you don't have your gluttonous ass back over here, you ain't flying out of the Israel airport. They done close their borders. You understand? So there's a lot of similarities between the flu virus and the coronavirus. Both viruses are untreatable by antibiotics. And they have almost identical symptoms. So what you gonna think, Shia? You walk into a store, you see a woman sniffing like I saw this morning, snot dripping from her damn nose. The hell you doing out in public? I don't know if you got the damn coronavirus or the flu. You get a fever, just like the flu. You coughing, just like the flu. You breaking out in sweats. Does this sound familiar to any of you? You might want to go to a test station. You get aching bones, feel tired. In the more severe cases of both the flu and the coronavirus, nausea kicks in. You get diarrhea. So how can you discern which is which? You can't. And guess what? They can spread it by touching your face, by coughing, by sneezing. How you gonna deal with that, Yeshaya?
That's tough. Get away from me.
Texas, huh?
Get away from me.
Lord messing with Texas because it's down there now. Doctors say the differences vary, right? One of these so-called senior scholars at Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, I was listening to him, and he was also a spokesman for Infectious Diseases Society of America. He said, we don't want another flu, right? He said, this is addictive. Not in a place of, yes, the flu kills thousands of people every year, but we're going to have more deaths. So according to this so-called expert, he said the coronavirus is going to cause more deaths than the flu. For all of you to say that this is not serious, right? The flu's been around for what? More than 2,000 years. People has actually built up an immune system on how to deal with that. Coronavirus is taking people out, man. You don't have no immunity for something that's pop out of the blue. Where did it come from? What did Hippocrates says? This Greek physician who was born around 460 BC. He mentioned what we now know as the modern flu virus in his writings. How many people know that? Some historians say he called it fever. He called it the fever parenthesis, right? Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. So the question becomes, what are you going to do? How are you going to deal with this? Someone gets sick in your house, what's going to happen? How are you going to deal with it? Now, can we look at prophecy and see any of this in the Bible? A lot of you don't believe in the Bible. Okay. How about a side netter? Egyptologist, huh? Oh, okay. I was in the military, man. I knew a lot of people that say they was atheists until them rounds start flying. And we had to clear buildings doing urban warfare. First thing I heard them say was, oh, God.
Sounds familiar.
Well, God? Who are you calling on God? I thought you was an atheist. Diseases travel in tandem with fear, right? The system knows that. They're engendering fear. They're using a media propaganda machine to create more fear, which is going to create a panic, which is going to cause people to just implode. Now, while the first can lead to death of thousands, the second, this disease with fear. See, the disease alone, it can lead to the death of thousands, right? But when you put fear in there with that disease, it could unravel the social fabric, right, of the society, disrupting the balance of relationships and the essential stability of nations. And this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Anyone remember SARS? Severe acute respiratory syndrome, which killed hundreds and panic even thousands. Anyone remember that? SARS? You remember that? SARS? No one remember that? Well, I remember it. Severe acute respiratory syndrome. Before that, what was it? It was AIDS, which killed tens of millions. And even today, it's still taking out people in so-called third world countries. But now today, right here in the good old United States, you have the coronavirus, even a greater plague, to sweep across the landscape, leaving death and destruction in its wake. So in this stream, we're going to examine the four horsemen, primarily that fourth horse of the apocalypse. To those that don't understand, the apocalypse is a Greek word that means revelations. Revelations, the 6th chapter, right? The seals, these seals, right, dramatically depicted by the four horsemen, shows the effect of what? False religion? Oh, you want to be in Egyptology? You want to be a modern day Christian? You want to be a Muslim? You want to be a Hindu? It's one of the horsemen. Then it deals with war, right? This is the second horse. Third horse, famine. And the plague among the earth's population in the days leading to the return of a Mashiach, that fourth horse, is death. Its rider is death, right? Now, each of these seals represents powerful forces that devastate the earth. Come on, Israelites. Don't just say it's devastating the nations. It's going to get wicked Israelites too, right? It's going to get you as well. And and the scriptures say that this cumulative effect will lead to such crucial conditions that if Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, didn't intervene and cut the time short, no flesh shall be saved. Get that for me, Matthew 24 and 22. He said if Hamashiach didn't cut those days short, everyone would be wiped out.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
So unless Hamashiach shorten his time and come back, everyone would be wiped out, man. Could we be living in this day is the question. That's just the question. So we come to the fourth seal, right? The fourth horseman and his rider is death. His rider is death. And so the brother just read Matthew 24 and 22. Except those days be shortened, no flesh would be saved. Each of these seals represents powerful forces that devastate the human life on earth, right? The rider of the fourth horseman, right? Someone get Revelations chapter 6, verse 7 through 8. It tells us about the fourth seal. To those of you that can receive it. You can't find this in the Quran. How come it's not in the Quran? You say it's a book of the Most High? Why is these prophecies not in the Quran? Why are they not in the Giltam and Eptics, right? How come you can't find it in the Egyptian? You say, oh, you got your writings from Egyptology. Why in the hell is this not in your Egyptian's writings? Egyptology is a dead language, man. Someone got that?
Con. Revelation chapter 6, verse 7 through 8. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name that sat upon him was Death. And Hades followed him. Hades meaning hell. Okay, I'll finish that thing up.
And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword and with hunger.
Go ahead. Let's sit on that. We just want that fourth horse, right? So when you look it up, right, when you start to deal with etymology, right? When you look up the word pale colors, it denotes a yellowish green color, right? The light green of a plant, or the paleness of a sick person, in contrast to a healthy appearance, right? But bluntly, this horse is the color of death. Behold, a pale horse. If someone get very sick, I said, you're looking very pale. That's what that horse is signifying. It's signifying death. You could be a dark person. Darker than Wesley Snipes. When death starts to kick in, you start to look pale. Someone get the book of Matthew 24, verse 7. Hamashiach gave a parallel prophecy in the book of Matthew. Matthew overlays with the book of Revelation.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
There's the war right there. There's that first horse. There's the war. Read on.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Uh-huh.
And there shall be famines.
See, there it is. There's another horse, that famine. Go ahead.
And pestilence.
And pestilence. There's that other horse, which is going to cause death. Go ahead.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
There it is. There's all four horses right there, man. Diseases, pestilence or diseases, pandemics. So it is with America. Now the pendulum is swinging back. I don't know if you guys know, man. Donald Trump was actually involved in a meeting, and one of the people at the meeting tested positive for the coronavirus, but they're trying to say they don't think he has it. They asked him, was he going to be tested? He said, maybe, most likely. What if your president has the coronavirus? Do you really think they're going to reveal that? They won't tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. There's been people in Washington that works in the White House has actually already tested positive. How many of you know that? So these four horses, they have a commutative effect. False religion causes instability with relationships, leading to war. Famine. Famine follows war. When you go to war, you don't have no food when you lose the war. And then malnourishment occurs. And social system breaks down. Human beings are susceptible to diseases when all this occurs. These four horses depicts the ferocity of problems unleashed on the world that lead up to the day of the Lord. Yeah, you get a lot of people saying, oh yeah, man, I can't wait. That great and glorious day. The day of the Lord. The day of the Lord. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. And anyone know what precept that is? The hell is it to you? Talking about they waiting on the day of the Lord. What the hell is it to you?
Oh, that's an Amos.
Bring it out, huh? Bring it out. Yeah, you're right. What the hell is it to you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. That means death and not light to you.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18.
Whoa. It says destruction. Go ahead, bring it out.
Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Destruction until you that desire the second return of a Mashiach Yahushua is what it's saying. Because that's what the day of the Lord is. When Christ comes back. We're going to find out how he's coming back. While he's reading that, Yashabam, get Revelation 19:11. Go ahead, finish that out.
To what end is it for you?
Yeah, what the hell is it unto you? You're already seeing some of it right now. Ask China, do they want the day of the Lord? Ask Europe, ask Italy, do they want the day of the Lord? Make a mockery of them Israelites, huh? Oh, okay. Okay, calm. Keep going.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
The day of the Lord is death and not life. In other words, it is death and not life.
As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light?
Death and not life, in other words. You understand? darkness and not light. Let's see how he's coming back. Yeah, Yasha, but let's see if he's coming back how they tell him in the church, right? Let's see if he coming with all this damn peace talk. Oh, just love everybody join hands and get along. I know this is not what you anticipated, right? But this is what the Bible says, right? This is the Bible raw and uncut.
Revelations chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
And there's that white horse. The rider is death. Hamashiach is bringing death also, man. Hamashiach is bringing death. We don't.
And he sat upon him, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
He does judge and make what?
War.
He does judge and make war. He does judge and make war. Read on.
Verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head were many crowns.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Read.
13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
So why is he clothed in a bloody garment? Because he's going to war. He's coming back for war. He's not returning for no peace. That's why he has on that bloody garment.
And his name is called the Word of God.
Mm-hmm.
14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses.
This is very clear, man. So he's coming with an army. He ain't coming with no army to hang hands and say, let's get along. He's coming for war, man. He's coming for war. Do you understand? He's coming for war. Let's get the book of Revelation 6, verse 8 again.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth.
So 1/4 of the earth is going to die. 1/4 of the world's population is going to die. And it's already happening right now as we speak. You see what's going on in China and Europe. This is all prophetic. Read on.
To kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
So the death is this pestilence, man. The death is this pestilence. It's going to make this thing come down. Now, Hamashiach also listed in the same context earthquakes in various places, Matthew 24:7. Plague in the scripture denotes not only pestilence, but also other calamities in the nature that Yahweh uses to punish disobedient people. Oh, you want to commit adultery? The Lord's going to deal with you. You want to groom little children? The Lord's going to deal with you. And of course, any such calamities make the population that much riper for the spread of disease and epidemics like this pandemic that you have now. So by the time the fourth horseman completes his ride, 1/4 of the earth's inhabitants will experience devastation, death. The death toll will be unlike any form of plague and diseases ever in human history. There hasn't been no plague where 1/4 of the population has actually been wiped out. We haven't seen a plague like that yet. You said, Dot, what about the Black Death? Perhaps the most famous plague, right? In history is the Black Death, 14th century. And you know about that? Thought by most people to have been the most horrific plague ever. right? Estimates that over more than 20 million people, that's a third to a half of Europe's population, died in the outbreak. In 1346, right? Reports that was research of Europe of a devastating disease from China, just like this one, right? That was affecting many parts of Asia. The next year, a mysterious disease appeared in Italy, just like today. Wuhan disease starts in China, and Wuhan, China. Now it's hitting Italy, just like today. Fulfilling the scriptures again. So from the Black Sea, it sailed into Europe with sailors infected with black boils in their armpits and in their groins. Black boils. It was called the bubonic plague. The disease was so lethal that people were known to go to bed and die before waking up. There were two types of this plague. The first was internal, causing swelling and internal bleeding. And so this would spread by contact. The second concentrated in the lungs and spread through coughing and airborne germs. So it is with the coronavirus, only you could spread this by touching and by sneezing, making it worse. There was no prevention or cure, just like the coronavirus. Whole towns were depopulated. Go and do some history on it. I can't make this up. The social structure were completely broken down, just like what you're seeing right now. You can't even call me a liar. And before you do, I suggest that you go and check this out, and you'll find out your brother's not making this up. Don't you know parents was actually abandoning their children? Husband and wives left each other to die. I read the history. In many cases, no one was around to bury him, to bury the dead, causing the disease to spread even more. Why? Why would no one bury him? From fear of the contagion of the disease, right? One of the writers I was reading about, he was telling about observing 5,000 bodies lying dead in a field. And so, in that day and age, it was the Bible that was a primary means to measure any natural calamity. And so the only way to understand what was happening was to believe the world was coming to an end. There seemed to be no hope for the future. The bubonic plague has appeared in more recent times as well. It appeared in London. The Great Plague of London, 1664 to 1665. Go and check it out for yourself. That caused more than 70,000 deaths in populations, estimated 460,000. Do you understand? An outbreak in Hong Kong in 1894. It caused them 80,000 to 100,000 deaths. They don't tell you this history. And within 20 years, the disease spread from southern China ports throughout the whole world. Again, coming from China. What did the Lord say? I don't want Moab or Ammon in the congregation of the Lord forever up into the 10th generation. Now you might see why. You do a little historical research. This thing resulted in more than 10 million deaths. The plague came to America from Asia in 1899. You still got small cases reported today on a small scale level. An average of 15 people die each year. And so the disease originates in rodents, like rats. You understand? And it's usually transmitted to people by fleas. Damn flea come from a rodent? Animal bites? and it could be transmitted. All you people that got pets, might not be a good time to have a pet. This disease transmission from rodents is part of what Revelation 6 verse 8 means by death from beasts of the earth. You understand? Viral infections could also be intended. What about human engineer plague? For all you that think I'm crazy, right? Go and check out how cancer was spread directly to Israelites that you call blacks and Negroes, right? In the 60s, right? Through SV40. It was a cancer contaminant itself. They put it on blacks. They told blacks to come in for the polio vaccination. They was literally injecting us with cancer. Stop me where I'm lying at. These people don't love you. Right? And for telling you this, you know what they'll call me? They'll call me a racist. How in the hell am I the racist? I wasn't injecting nobody with SV40. You were. What about the Tuskegee experiment? They made so-called black men to believe that they was getting cured of syphilis and let them to go out and infect black women with syphilis. Spread it throughout the black community. So that was human engineered plagues. You understand? Throughout history, plagues has been used as an offensive weapon against population. I'm telling you, man, the damn banksters wanted population control. Now tells a duck. And people that talks about secure party creditor may not seem so damn crazy anymore. They use it for population control, man. They want to cut down on the population. Why not allow a coronavirus to spread abroad? Why not get test kits? Let it spread first. Why not let the hospitals turn people away? The Mongoloids, right? The caterpillar plague infested corpse. They would take corpse that was actually infested with plagues and throw them over walls of besieged cities so that the disease could spread throughout the city. These people don't love you, Akim, Akwatham. Thousands would die as the disease spread through the wall in population. What you think they're going to do with you? Remember the bird box? Better get your minds right, family. You better get your minds right. The coronavirus was allowed to go unchecked for a reason. How many of you knew that during World War II, Japan dropped plague-infested fleas in China? You knew that? Probably not. In Fort Detrick, Maryland, Americans proved that biological warfare was a feasible method of waging war. 1969. U.S. President Tricky Dick, a.k.a. Richard Nixon, ordered the research stop. And in 1972, the United States signed a treaty with 70 other nations outlawing the production, stockpiling, and the use of biological weapons as a mean of war. 1969, Tricky Dick, Richard Nixon, ordered the research stop. But guess what? Despite this treaty, it was known that many nations, rich and poor alike, have developed biological weapons. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, former, right, conducted sophisticated efforts to manufacture biological weapons during the Cold War for years. For years, scientists researched ways to genetically alter the bubonic plague so as to make it resistant to forms of modern treatment. You see that? They wanted to make this plague resistant to the modernized treatment to it. And since the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1992, the tracking and inventory of all of this work has been a great concern. So the United States and its allies fear that some of it could actually have fallen into the hands of terrorist groups and could one day be used against them. How many of you know after the Gulf War? How many of you fought in the Gulf War? You was in the Gulf War, right, Yashiba? After the first Gulf War,
IFOEF.
After the first Gulf War, weapons inspectors confirmed that Iraq had developed biological weapons and had been equipped some warheads with germs. So Saddam Hussein used it against his enemies. When Americans came out with the Gulf War syndrome, they denied it. You understand? So the question is, are nations prepared for the coronavirus? Are nations prepared for the coronavirus? In June 2001, the Center for Strategic and International Studies hosted a senior level war game, examining security challenges of a biological attack on American homeland. What do we have going on here today? It's like a biological attack. In that war game, the premise was the appearance of a case of smallpox in Oklahoma City. Don't believe me? Go and check it out for yourself. It's declassified now. This is what we have with the coronavirus, rapidly spreading throughout the country. Among the lessons learned from this exercise, an attack on the United States with biological weapons could threaten the vital national security interests. Do you understand? Massive civilian casualties, breakdown in essential institutions. Has it not happened? Schools shut down. Jobs telling people not to come back to work. Right? I'm going to tell you, I had a top secret clearance, man. I had access to this stuff. Violations of democratic process. Civil disorder. And when you go into civil disorder, because it's coming, Mikhail, what are they going to do? They're going to lock your behind up, man. You're going to be put into a damn detention center. People are going to lose faith in the government. Government don't have anything to offer. They don't have a cure for you. What are you going to do now? During this war game, don't you know that they estimated that within days, 1 million people would be dead? And 2 to 3 times that many will be infected? So it is with the coronavirus. You better take this a little more serious, right?
Con.
Is this a naturally you got something you want to say out?
No, you was right. I was saying, Con, you right. We should take it seriously.
Con.
Take it seriously. We're not fear, like you said. We're not fear mongering. We're not. Oh, but be circumspect. Be circumspect. Watch out what you're doing. For the Israelites who's saying, "Oh, this nothing," and it's not happening to Israel, and we all right, and yeah, okay. There's nothing wrong with being circumspect and being on point. That's just so retarded.
Yeah, let me tell you something. 80 years ago, right? A sudden mutation in the viruses that caused the flu, it initiated a widespread epidemic that in only 18 months, it killed an estimated 25 to 40 million people around the world. Many consider that to be the greatest, or the worst, should I say, natural disaster in history. I didn't make it up, man. Scientists, they study infectious diseases. They don't have anything for this coronavirus, man. So if this has happened before and has wiped out that many people, what happens when this goes unchecked, as it's been going unchecked? Now they're trying to look for a cure. SARS outbreak. Then it was HIV, AIDS. Now it's the coronavirus. So when we look up the four horsemen of Revelations, we have to understand them in the context of Yahweh's message to mankind. We can't pretend this don't exist. You got to be crazy at this point that if you think the Bible's made up, keep going. How's all this stuff in the book? See, it's because you're not blessed to be able to understand this book, man. False religion, war, famine, disease, or pestilence, or the results of man's broken relationship with the Most High. That's why the Lord is doing this. This is the Lord's work. And when those horsemen make their rides, it will be after repeated warnings and pleadings from the Most High to turn from your wicked ways, Israel. Just like we've been warning about. Just like we've been warning a lot of One West camps. They refuse to turn from their wicked ways. Israel has always been the same. The Most High wants you to turn away from sin and live righteously based on his eternal law of love towards you. You refuse to do it. When the Most High first sent ancient Israelites in the promised land, Canaan, Israel, he gave them instructions on how to live and to conduct their affairs in a way that will bring peace and harmony. You don't want to live that way. The Most High wanted us to live with blessings and abundance. Read the book of Deuteronomy, 28th chapter, verse 1 through 15. He didn't want us to live in suffering, misery, but he told you if you disobey him from that 15 verse on down, what was going to happen to you. But in his basic instructions, our Creator explained how to avoid the problems that will devastate the world. You didn't listen. And so now he's starting to open these seals, the four horsemen. Notice the pattern set in Leviticus, the 26th chapter, right? You shall not make idols for yourselves, neither a crave image, nor a scarce pillow shall you rear for yourselves, nor shall you set up an ungraved stone in your land to bow down to it. For I am the Lord your power. Leviticus 26, verse 1. So here is the solution to false religion represented by the first seal and its horsemen. A form of worship of other than Yahweh is a false idol. Want to worship Egyptologist God? False idol. Want to worship Allah? False idol. Want to worship Buddha? False idol. Want to worship Krishna? False idol. It's Tazadak. That's not politically correct. To hell with your damn politics, man. To hell with it. How come none of these people that you follow have any of these prophecies? Why you got to always resort back to the Bible? Verse 6 says, someone get that, man. Revelation 6, verse 6.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 6. And you said verse 6.
Come
on. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And when he had opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death.
His name is Death. His name is death. The Lord told us, man, if you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments, I will give you rain in due season. I tell you what to do, man. Go and read the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and read Leviticus, the 26th chapter. The Most High gave you instructions on how you're supposed to live, Israel. We're not supposed to be committing adultery. We're not supposed to be grooming little children. The Lord say, for I am the Lord your God that heals you. Book of Exodus 15 and 26. It's the Lord's work, man. This is the Lord's work. So, I would highly behoove Israelites, and those of you that's not Israelites, those of you that want to, talk slick, pretend that, well, God doesn't exist and the Bible's not real. Keep denying it. Keep denying. Keep walking the way that you're walking, and you're going to find out that the Most High is very real. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are not going to make it out of this thing right here. A lot of you will not make it out of this thing. Anyone got anything? I'm going to open it up for calls. I'm going to put a link in the room if you want to call in and speak. You could call in. Just click on that link. You really don't have to call. Just click on that link. It's going to bring you in the back door, and we'll allow you in the room. Speak up. Is there anything going on unusual in your neighborhood, in your community? Call in and speak up.
So here in Georgia, the schools are going to be closed starting Monday, and all students will be doing work from Google Classroom until further notice.
Now, what happens when those people don't have the internet?
Exactly. And also, this whole tissue pandemic is also going on. I put something inside the T-Dog chat where someone was selling on eBay 4 sheets of toilet paper. 4 sheets for $1. That mess is crazy. Folks are wicked as hell. So, I mean, yeah, this signs of the times, man. It is going down. Who we got calling in so far?
No one.
No one.
No one's in the back room. We got about 50 people in the call. Someone want to speak up and call in. Lines are open. We got William. Hey, Shalom. What's going on with you, King?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Yeah, man. I just want to confirm everything you've been saying, and let her, by letting everybody know they need to be ready, man. Because this thing's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better, and people are, they waving a blind eye to this stuff. A lot of people don't understand like the ramifications and the magnifications of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we all I've been in the military. You military minded. Yashabam as well. So when people can't eat, when they shut down these stores, when ain't no stores got no stocks in these shelves.
Yep.
And people can't eat. Like you said, they're gonna be trying to run up in your house, and you gotta be ready. So. I got my artillery. I got my ammo coming. I went and stocked up on some dry goods and canned goods. So, and I be telling people, man, y'all need to pay attention, man. This stuff,
it's real.
Stuff getting real serious, real quick.
Real.
2 weeks ago, this was like, it was like a foreign disease. It was just over there in China. Now it's over here, and they spreading it. They dropped the rates on air flights. Like you can get on a plane for like $30-$40, but that's a trap. They trying to get you on the plane so you can catch the stuff.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and people ain't paying attention. Like, they see the deal. They think, we can go to this place for cheap. Well, why the hell you want to go there now? Like, this ain't the time to be doing that.
Anybody know they shut Disney land down? Disney World and California shut down. I mean, in Florida shut down. They shut it
Yeah,
down.
yeah, man. Like this stuff's getting real quick. So, I just wanted to, iterate on what you were saying to the people, man. They need to really pay attention and get prepared for worser times, because it's gonna get a lot worse. I mean, I got videos of people when in China. My boy sent me videos on WhatsApp when this stuff broke out in China. People was walking around in the streets just falling dead, man.
See that?
Falling dead. They just walking around falling dead, man.
Hey, anyone want to speak out? Corlin, the Linus Corlin, Shannon Barry Corlin, Delet Walker Corlin. It is what it is. Corlin. Open forum. You could call in. Bring out that precept, King.
So this is a prophecy right here. This is a second Ezra, chapter 6, and I'm starting 17. And it happened that when I heard it, I stood upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. Come on, Yahushua. Verse 18, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that they have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Sion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I shew these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see altogether. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The woman with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And certainly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
That's what's going on right now. That's just going on right now. You go into the average damn store, the shelves are empty. Like a lot of the dry food is empty. They're empty. And so now you got people trying to run to the store and get water. A lot of water is gone, man. Can't get water now.
All right.
Shalom, brother Brian. I don't know if you know, they just put a now people can't fly from the UK anymore to the United States because there's been 600 cases of the coronavirus detected in the UK now. So now you guys is coming there. Corona's coming to the to the UK. That pale horse, man.
Here, brother.
Let me put this scripture up.
Here a long time ago, brother. It was in the UK before it came to America.
Yeah, well, the UK wasn't banned from coming to America. I don't know from America to the United States. What Europe was, but now the UK is banned also.
Right. Wow.
So you got some more on that precept you said?
Go
ahead.
Verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be empty. We know what that's talking about. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. Right? Martial law. At that time shall friends fight one another.
Yeah, and that's going to be those riots in the streets that me and William was just talking about. Because when people can't eat, they're going to try and run up in your crib. And I'm going to hit you with something, man. And I know a lot of women don't want to hear this, man. This is the worst damn time for a single woman. Because people watch you, man. I'm going to hit you with something. Criminals usually, they'll study your routine before they try and run up in your crib.
Right.
No. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation at the end of your world. And the men that I receive shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. All right, so you know what I'm saying? For the Israelites, y'all gonna be doing the same thing, man. A lot of y'all don't even know what brotherhood really is. Y'all coming into the truth. Y'all just woke up, and now all of a sudden you know how to love your brother. Come on now. You don't know how to love your brother. You don't. Because I'm telling you, that time gonna come, and say for instance, you probably stored up food for your family. Your fellow Israelite brother you was standing next to, come on, bring it out. That brother ain't gonna help you. Not saying is everybody's gonna, but trust me, a brother's not gonna help you.
Well, we know damn well the box not gonna help you. When Knopf came to New York doing Purim, he left Knopf and his wife to sleep in the damn subway station. He wouldn't even let him stay with him. You got a so-called camp there. You could at least try to help the brother get a hotel, because the brother tell you he didn't have it like that like at that particular time.
Hey, brother, repeat that, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying when Knopf came to New York to visit for Purim, him and his wife came up there on the strength. They didn't really have money for a hotel, so they asked to stay with Zabak, and Zabak said, "No, you can't stay here."
Wow.
So the brother had to go up and be on the damn subways all night. Him and his wife. And that's brotherly love. I could understand if you don't have a place for the men to stay, but you got a camp. You could try and say, yo, I'm gonna call some people, see if we could get some money together, help you get a hotel.
Right. How you gonna, like if it was just the brother now, I mean, I still think it's bad for the brother, he's traveled a distance and now right, but with his wife sleeping in the subway, I mean that's harsh, right?
Come on. I mean, you're supposed to be a so-called leader. You're supposed to be able to get your people together to come up with. That's what a so-called church is supposed to do, right?
Wicked Negroes, man. Wicked Negroes.
Wicked
as hell.
You got and and I'm calling them out. Like GMS when Israelites was saying, stock up. They would, they not saying it just to because that's what they depending on and that's what they putting their faith in. But you want to be smart. You want to be a little smart. You want to be wise. Well, you had GMS making videos. Oh, these niggas, they going off and yada yada yada. And brothers was gravitating to that. Even people that was not in GMS. Oh yeah, they start talking about fantasies. Hey, the Most High will bring. He can magically make some food appear. I'm telling you, I heard this stuff, man.
I've heard that too.
I heard this stuff, man. I'm not gonna say no names, but
that's Christianity, man. That's just the Israelite that's hiding behind Christian doctrine. I mean, a Christian is hiding behind Israelite doctrine, man. That's all that is. I'm telling you, man. A lot of these men are just Christians, man. Hey, what you got, Vaughn?
Out in Union County, shelves are cleared, and we got hit double because the water over here ended up going bad, and now that what I'm saying, I think it got E. coli in it, and so everybody been rushing to get water. There ain't been no water, but guess who wasn't really sweating it? I've been had my game together. I know where every lake is, every creek is, every body of water is where I live at. I know where everything that's edible. I know what fruits is gonna be in season. People need to get their skills together, and they should have been like. I mean, we had enough scares so far to where it's like people should just be ready, like for anything that can happen. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if it's gonna be a race war tomorrow. You don't know if it's gonna be a disease. You don't know if it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So I never did understand people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that's a good point. Right. Israel. We should always be alert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We should always be alert. I mean, we kind of get comfortable, like you were saying about, like brothers being gluttons. That being a glutton, you kind of like accepting, the system kind of thing. Israelites should be alert all the time.
Yeah, you got to train like today. I don't like to announce. But today I'm fasting. Your mind has to be trained for that, right? You got to fast every now and again, because what if there's a situation, where there's no food, right? In the military, man, like, when I was going through certain training, the only way you could get the damn food is you had to shoot an azimuth with a magnetic compass and find that damn MRE. And it might be 3 days before you get it. They will hide that on a 3 days journey. And if you didn't get that, you don't eat. And I'm talking about you got to do this over 3 hours of sleep. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're trying to get you to function without sleep.
Wow.
Well, I ain't on that level, but I ain't got it like that. But I know what you mean, though.
Right.
Yeah, everybody should be on high alert, like ready to see what's about to happen next. There's just no excuse at this point. But I have heard certain camps come out and say that, oh, we don't need to prepare. Oh, we don't need to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh got us. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But God helps who, you know what I'm saying? The Most High helps those who helps themselves, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be on your, you know what I'm saying? That's just no excuse. How you gonna looking at your family, you know what I'm saying, and they hungry, and then the next family over, they got, you know what I'm saying, they roasted some roast beef, you know what I'm saying? That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem, especially if you live in an apartment. I thought about this ahead of time. Even when I started looking for a place to stay, I was like, I'm not getting in no apartment because that's the first thing that's gonna get crazy. If you living in an apartment, woo. You living in an apartment. Let somebody downstairs had a last.
Yeah, but brother, you know, you're touching on a good point, yeah, right? I'm certain. I don't know the scripture, but isn't there in the Mosaic laws there's a law on helping your brother when they're poor? There is a law.
Yeah,
that's all that's gonna go out the window with Israelites. I'm telling you, they're not gonna like.
I need to go and get the scripture out. That there's definitely a law for the poor. Like, you know, you can't, like you're saying, somebody's eating a rump steak and then your next door neighbor.
I put it like this,
brother. Are you listening? These Israelites gonna be hungry. They're gonna be hungry. They ain't gonna have nothing. You gotta see I don't think you're realizing that.
But see, that to me is wicked, though. That's wicked. Like, because if you think about it, you sentencing somebody else's family to death because you didn't prepare the food. Like, you didn't have two eyes, and like somebody didn't come by you and tell you. Like, that's too many channels. That's get people. Like, there's too many channels of people getting prepared. Like, there's too many Caucasians around you. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? You see them shooting targets. What you think they shooting targets for? They waiting on hungry brothers and sisters out here who ain't gonna have it. Just like when
Israel, they don't teach you that. It's all about going on the street corners and regurgitating precepts, but we don't live by this. We don't have the sense to say, okay, you know what, let's try to, all right, we got the precepts, we're waking our people up. We understand that the Most High, we understand his name, we understand he come first. Yahweh Shai is the head of us, he comes second. It's men when we understand all that, but to go thinking about real life, nah, it's not there. And like I said, I blame it on the elders. Like I said, this truth been out since the 1800s, longer than that. But I'll go into the one West. We'll start into the one West. That you have nothing to show for it. Nobody has anything to show for it. So how can I listen to you? You have
brother, what are they doing with the money? Because surely some of these camps are paying, you know, donation or tithes, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we have like more Israelite business? Like, okay, if a brother, you come in and hey, you go work here, we got a job, we can work here. Then we keep the money going within our community.
It was in Atlanta. It was like that in Atlanta. I think me Taza Dot touched on that a couple of videos back. But I have a question for you, right? So yeah, we know the law that you're supposed to help out your brother when they're in need or they're poor. But okay, let's say you prepared, right? Let's say you prepared, and I'm a grown man. You see this beard? I'm a grown man. Right. I come to your house and I'm taking food out of yours. You know what I'm saying? Your daughter, you might have a son or a daughter. How do I look? You know what I'm saying? Reaching on their plate. You know what I'm saying? How do I look as a man? Especially, you know what I'm saying? Especially us men. What I mean, I can understand. You know what I'm saying? You got a brother who's in this truth that you know is a righteous man, but that's wicked. You know what I'm saying? That's wicked. That's to me is wicked. You not preparing. You spending your money on Jordans. You spending your money on this and that and stuff that you don't really need. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff people thought that I was buying, it was like, why are you buying this and why are you buying that? Why are you buying guns? Why are you doing this? I saw this coming from years back. Why are you buying all this food? that's wickedness. That's wickedness to me. If you when you reaching into somebody, you know what I'm saying, to somebody's son, daughter, and they baby mouth on their plate, you know what I'm saying, taking their food. That's wicked to me. That's not no righteous man to me.
Think about it. Like, think about it. Say, if a brother coming to you, y'all putting y'all stuff, y'all resources together. There's nothing wrong with that. You put your resources together. But see, Israelites don't think like that, bro. They don't think like that. They just about themselves, man. They about themselves, and they pretend. They on the street. You think, oh, that's the deepest teacher. He's so deep. He got the scriptures. Oh man, he just. But bro, I've been around. It's not what it is. It's a facade.
Right.
Yeah, everybody go home. They not, you know what I'm saying? Man, this is crazy. Because this is really starting to get real, and it's like time is running out, and people still playing games like with just lies that's just not gonna go anywhere, man.
Right.
And I can guarantee you, all these leaders they're gonna be the first. That's gonna be the first place people go is to all these leaders, and they're gonna be knocking on their door. And when they don't answer, they're gonna be tearing them doors down.
Dang,
they're gonna be tearing them doors down. Watch.
You said something key. That was clutch too. That was clutch, man.
With all these leaders, 13th son, all these camp leaders, all these Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Whatever leader they supposed to be, black people, so-called black people, you know what I'm saying, across the United States, all the, you know what I'm saying, North America, South America, they're gonna be knocking on these leaders' doors. They gonna be like, "Yo, help us!" And when they start turning them away,
right,
it's gonna get real.
Wow.
You don't think like I said. People don't think like that. It's just, I don't know what to say, man. I don't have nothing to say. Like I said, I've been around it. It's frustrating, man. But it is what it is.
And the thing is, right? It's like a lot of the camps are just like, thinking everything is fine. It's just the norm. They don't see the problem. Or if they do see the problems, they just like ignore it and just keep it going.
You know what I think it is? You know how many like end of the world scares there's been? Like, you know what I'm saying, Y2K back in the day, you know what I'm saying, 9/11, people thought it was over then, you know what I'm saying? I think people think that this is just gonna be a phase, like it's just gonna come and pass. Like a you know what I'm saying, like a little storm or something like that, like a little tropical storm. We just gonna get a little sprinkle. Some people might get a sprinkle over here. Somebody might get the wind, and somebody might get you don't know. Especially if people are going weeks without working, and it's like you got to be out your mind. Like it's like what are you thinking of? Like what are you thinking about? Like where's your mind at? Like,
right.
Like you know what I'm saying? But trust and believe, the leaders, all these leaders, the people that they are leading around, those same people that they're leading around is gonna knock on their door and be like, help us. And when they don't, and when they ain't got no answers, and when they ain't got nothing to give them, and they ain't got nothing but just words, the words ain't gonna mean nothing. They gonna start. Somebody gonna get hurt.
Yeah, like a bumblebee, they start attacking each other. Pandemonium.
Like I'm saying, just bring it out.
Yeah.
Come on, yeah, ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
So come on, man. Let's not everybody just play too many games. Like, come on now. And then like when
Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah.
I can hear.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I already got my food, everything ahead of time. I'm always willing to build with people who are around me locally, but from what I've seen, that you know what I'm saying, I don't know. I feel like you're just gonna have to use discernment, you know what I'm saying, while you out here when it comes to helping your brothers and sisters and your family, even your closest family. Because you know what I'm saying, a lot of them you gonna have to really dig deep and be like, okay, I know who these people, I know this person is useful, and I know this person can, well, you know what I'm saying, will add on and we can build together, you know what I'm saying, under these stressful times. But just going around trying to help everybody, you know what I'm saying, and they taking food out of your children's mouth that you saved up and you spent time, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, trust me, man, believe it or not, I've watched a few different channels of so-called Caucasian people and how they structure their so-called communities. You know what I'm saying? What they call preppers and stuff like that. Man, when they're bringing in, they understand that when they run into groups and herds of people, they have the choice to either bring them in or let them, you know what I'm saying, let them assimilate into what it is that they've built and they got going on and how they can contribute, or you know what I'm saying, or are they gonna have to just, you know what I'm saying, so just battle it out with them because, you know what I'm saying, they mind they right, and they, you know what I'm saying, they have to use, you're gonna have to use you're gonna have to really be thinking out here, you know what I'm saying. So they and you know what I'm saying, Caucasian people understand this, you know what I'm saying, they're way like I trust me, they are ahead. They got their chicken coops ready. I see everything that they doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking to myself, this is a modern family, got everything they could ever need. Range Rovers out front, but they got chicken coops and stuff like that out back. They got food that they growing. They know they prepared, but we not. So we gonna have to really, you know what I'm saying, when we start picking people out here to simulate what it is that we, you know what I'm saying, to the doctrine and trying to move forward and trying to protect our family, you're gonna have to be really on your P's and Q's, because when you bring the wrong people in, they can end up stealing from you, they can end up stealing ammo, they can end up stealing guns, they can be a part of another group. You know what I'm saying? And they you know what I'm saying, they staking out. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about these things. You can't just be helping just anybody.
So can we get a few females to call in so we could get their perspective, so this won't be totally male bias? The link's in the room. Any sisters want to call in, go ahead and call in. We don't want to sound like a bunch of male chauvinists. Go ahead, you can bring out your precept up, but I mean, sister want to call in, express your viewpoint, line's open.
I got a scripture for what you were saying, Vod. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse start at 1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou does it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Give to the godly man, and help not a sinner. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good that thou shalt have done unto him. So you go back to what you said. Like you said, you gotta be circumspect. That's in the scriptures, bro. Like, you know, people going out helping the homeless, that's cool, that's good and all, but if you giving money to a crackhead, you gonna take that money.
No one should even be going near the homeless right now, because the homeless people, man, they're highly probable and susceptible to having this coronavirus. They're not cleaning themselves, and if it spreads to one of them, that's going to be like those zombies that you see on television. Those zombie movies, that's going to spread like just rapidly. Because you can spread this by touch, you know, by sneezing. And a group of homeless people, they're not bathing themselves. I mean, so it'll just spread like probably through hundreds of them overnight. Once one of them get it.
Remember that movie I Am Legend with Will Smith? Yeah. So
we can't really get none of these sisters to call in. Anyone else that want to call in and express your viewpoint? And so this is the thing, man. There are a lot of people that talk in the background, but you know, when you give them the floor, they don't really have nothing to say. And those will be the same people that, you know, we don't have a voice. You guys don't speak for women. Mickey L, what you got, man? You can call back in and express your point. Yeah, these homeless people, stay the hell away from them, man. I hate to say it like that, but you're putting yourself at risk. You don't know if a homeless person has it. You think a homeless person is going to go and get checked out? Many of them are on drugs anyways, man. And what you got, Mickey L?
Yeah, Kahan, first of all, I want to say all praise be to the Most High for allowing us this platform to speak on these issues, even though we know we have saboteurs in the midst. that call themselves members of this quote unquote democratic republic that we understand way back when the pre-1871 U.S. Constitution was still valid. I find that this whole situation is just one big, massive psyop. Yes, Yahweh is in control. He is always on the throne. That will never change. He's immutable and all-powerful. Is omnipotent and omniscient, and he's providing a voice in the wilderness for his people to hear and to come out of this corporate structure, this regime of Edomite run apostasy and wickedness and evil and all these compounding agendas, especially Agenda 21. I am not fooled by what is going on. I'm not fooled. I'm not surprised that YouTube and their censorship to try to censor 4 of my comments that have to do directly with the Edomites and the Moabites and these pandemic viruses that the big pharmacological companies benefit from and line their coffers with, because they are up there injecting, through aerosol injections, constantly spraying the skies with who knows what, of course, metals, other metallurgical elements, and some radioactive ones. Strontium is in there, aluminum, and a number of other things to keep the people weak. And to my knowledge, it's not just here in the corporation of the United States and North America, but it's elsewhere. They're doing this all over the world. And these are the global conspirators in this corporatocracy that runs the planet. Everybody, every living being is subject to these corporations. And these corporations are all serving the secret society of the Ordo Templi Orientis, Freemasons, New World Order, the Rights, whatever they want to call themselves. They invent new names all the time. And these people are responsible for this. And it happened in 2019. They were talking about doing something with the national emergency, or the government had to shut down, and it's just sickening. I mean, why do the soldiers go out to fight these wars, these really serious, hardcore wars in secrecy, to preserve something that they can't even put 100% faith in when you go into these combat environments, fighting to survive, getting torn up out there for what? What are they getting? What is this all about? All because they don't even know they're fighting, for a corporation. You got SEALs going through all of the training that they go through, all of that training. Look at what they have to give in the special operations community. Look what you have to give. And they don't tell you that you're doing it for a corporation. And if you know something about that, you sacrifice family and limb for this. I find that this is a severe wickedness. It's so grave and so depraved that it is absolutely disheartening to know that this is the state of mankind. And to hear, even in the Lord's things, you hear the wickedness that these men have gotten together to conspire to do, to taint and subvert what was given to us to be consecrated, set aside, set apart, and holy. And we have to focus on what they are doing, what the fallen angels are leading these fools to think and believe. And they've set themselves up at the UN that's financing everything. And these people are insulated, thinking that their stink their poo will never smell and will never be discovered. And I'm attempting to put my First Amendment right, the freedom of speech, in the comments section. And I find YouTube wants to try to censor what I say by deleting my comments because I'm speaking on what is known and obvious, but they're the last parties to acknowledge it, which is the Edomites and the Moabites always have these diseases and these viruses originating in Asia, always in China, always in some area like that. These Eastern Ordo Templi Orientis types, them specifically, they are behind this, and they are always behind it. And they have the Freemasons, they're leftists, they call themselves all kinds of names, but it's always the same group. And they laugh and they believe that they are so smart and so bright, but yet at the same time, Yahweh always wins. He always wins. And that's my message to them. Yahweh always wins. There is no people going up against God and becoming gods. That's foolishness. That's madness. There's only one God. One. And his name is Yahweh. And he has a son whom the worst of the world refers to as Jesus Christ, but is Yahweh Shah. And whatever happens, the Lord will care for his own. That's point blank, period. I am not fearful. I am not afraid. I'm just going to say my piece, and that's all.
Con. Brother Aquarius, what you got, Ken? You're unmuted, Ken. We can't hear you. I mean, we can see you. You must have yourself muted. Can't really hear you. I think your mic is muted.
You know, there's something else in this moment while we attempt to fix this technological issue. The Hegelian dialectic, I believe the brother brought up in the comments. Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. The blending of light and dark, good and evil, whatever you want to call it, black and white. That's what they're after because they believe the lie. These people, these crazy, they're just victims, slaves of darkness. And they feel that they will achieve a state that creates an environment so corrupted that the Most High will not want to deal with the people, and that somehow the word of God, the word will be tainted, and the coronavirus that is out here is supposed to scare people. I can't hear what's going on. I can't hear what's happening here. Something is being somebody's trying to say something.
Hey, Shalom, can I be heard?
Yeah, you can be heard. Go ahead, Ken.
Khan out of one. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
I'm not gonna be too long-winded, but you know, the Israelites been talking about this for years that this is gonna happen, these plagues.
Right.
But the thing is, you know, people I see, you know, in my opinion, a lot of blind faith, because to say, you know, yeah, Yahweh Shai got us, and this, that, and the third, yeah, that's true indeed. Yahweh Shai got you. You know what I'm saying? But the scripture tells you use wisdom as well. It also tells you, in the book of Matthew 4:7, not to tempt the Most High. So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't take the proper precautions, like now I see a lot of people, like you put that live I seen where you was in the store and people was just, going crazy.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? And people should have been preparing for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much, but I'm stacked up, you know? So it's like, I mean, people just wait till last minute. The mass hysteria it's only gonna increase. Like earlier, I just looked out of curiosity because I heard about, people selling hand sanitizer for I believe you said that actually.
Yeah, $100.
Yeah. You know how much Lysol is right now on Amazon?
How much is that?
$115.
See that?
$115. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That I already got my Lysol on deck and all that, but I was just like, let me just check it out, see if I need a little extra ammunition and all that, And then another thing too with the mask, these people are buying these masks and these little thin masks ain't doing a goddamn thing.
Yeah, they don't work. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing for you unless you got a surgical N95 mask. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fashion statement. You know what I'm saying? You just making a fashion statement. You ain't got nothing protecting you. You know what I mean? So, that right there is that's another thing, But the main thing, this right here is gonna show really who's really has the faith in the Most High, and it's also gonna show who the 2/3 are, because when that plague reach you, you know what I'm saying? When that angel of death come, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't doing right, if you wasn't repenting, that's it. That's it, man. There's no ifs, ands, buts, none of that. Of course, the Most High said He gonna have mercy upon who He have mercy. But if you've been doing wicked and you know what I'm saying, you're not following the Most High, you're not, you know what I mean? It's a serious thing, man. And it's not for people to be fearful, but it's for people to be cautious and to see, this heavenly power is not a myth. This is not a mythos. This is something that's real. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't believe in the Most High, He's gonna show Himself to you. And you might not like how He shows Himself to you. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really gotta say, man. I just want to speak my piece and all that.
Appreciate you, King. I post a link to that mask that you was talking about in the room, man. For people that don't know what that is, that surgical N95 respiratory mask. They generally don't use those for public use, but yeah, you can try and cop one of those if you have it.
Yeah, they I got a little little hospital connect whatever, so I was able to get one, but they actually telling the nurses and all that if we catch you taking them, you're fired on the spot. Like they don't want people to have them, So it's a serious thing, man.
Yeah. All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. What you got, David? David?
Come on, brother. Shalom.
Shalom. David, you got something? She's still on mute. Mikhail, what you got?
No, that's I mean, that's it, man. I just needed to get at YouTube and those people that try to delete the comments, because either way, I'm gonna say it. I mean, they know who I am. They keep trying me. They keep trying to get me to join or whatever the nonsense is. You got some joker that's even trying to be an SPC. It's a game. It's a game, and it's consumerism. I put it in the private chat. It's consumerism. It's corporatocracy. They want to make bank on it. Big Pharma wants to make money off it. If people act stupid and crazy, which is what they love to do, they'll get them to spend money, get the debtors to spend money, and do what they want. That's just how it works. That's just it. Somebody wants to say something, they got the floor.
What you got, David? You was unmuted.
Hear me now?
Mute yourself again, David.
Hey, Kahan, I got one more thing I wanted to say.
Hey, you saw it. I'm looking at those masks. Don't you know they're trying to sell
just
them for
waiting
like
my turn.
How much you selling them for?
Okay,
like $400.
so
Hey, hold on, David. Yeah, I'm looking at some of them for 400. The cheapest one you can
I
find.
apologize. I'm just pushing the buttons. Oh, it says I'm ready to go.
The cheapest one you can find now is like about 35. But yeah, some of them, they got them for like 400. Man, that's crazy.
Yup,
that's
how
crazy.
it is. Capitalism, man. There are supply and demand. But what I did want to say as well is, almost forgot, is if you don't have access to the mask or whatever, the main important thing, like you did bring up fasting, and not bragging or boasting or anything, but all praise to the Most High, man. I've been on a fast for a while. I'm not gonna say how long, but for a while. Cool. And taking the herbs, what I mean, which are whatever it is, be it like a golden seal, you know what I'm saying? Take your vitamin C, drink up your sea moss. If you could get sea moss, that has over 90 something essential minerals for the body. I mean, people got to get their immune system up, because if you have the mask, you got the gloves, Lysol ain't gonna do nothing for you if your immune system is frail. So that's another thing right there. Build that immune system.
I was trying to tell them that people are not going to really want to do it a little bit, then they'll try and do it. Just like
you broke up. You broke up just now. King, say that again.
I was saying, I was trying to tell them that earlier today, but a lot of them don't really want to do that until it's often too late. Then they'll want to do it after they're already sick.
Right. Then they want to come to you for a cure.
Yeah.
That's how it is, man. Stiff-necked people, man. Wow. Stiff-neck, man. Yeah, but that's all
people, man. It's crazy, man. Like, I mean, how they're pushing this stuff up, man. The prices. It's just, wow, capitalist society, man. I mean, you're talking about people's lives here, and they want to push the price up ridiculous amounts.
Yep. They don't give a damn about us, man. But that's why the wisdom, the Most High comes in play, gives you that wisdom, to prepare ahead of time. Like Yahweh Shai was telling, I believe in the book of Luke chapter 21. Luke 21 and 24. Yahweh Shai was telling people to flee. He said this place is going to be destroyed. Flee to the mountains. Now some of them listened, but the vast majority, they didn't listen. It's the same people here today. It's the same people here today. So, but that's all I want to say, brother. I'm a exit the room so I can make some room for people and all that.
All right. Good. All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey, what you got, huh? Mm-hmm. Your pa, what do you have? Your pa, I see you in the room. What do you have?
Shabbat shalom. Can you hear me?
Yeah, come on. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, hold up. Can you
hear me? You gotta turn your volume down.
It's a little delay, but I just wanted to step on here for the sisters, just real quick, to say, you just said a lot.
You gotta mute your mic on the other side. You gotta turn the volume down on your computer. You gotta mute that on YouTube. That's why you're getting the feedback.
You gotta mute your mic on the other side. You gotta turn the volume down on your computer.
Hey, David, what do you have?
Luke.
David, you're unmuted. What you got?
Khan?
Yeah, you got to speak. Go ahead.
This is what you do. That young man, the book of Luke, see, that's the word for today. 10 or 14 chapters or but that's a lot of meat. Can you hear me now? All right, so here's what you do. That young man said, Luke, just before he left, he was just the last person speaking. That was the word for the meat in that word. Now, okay, so I don't know. I'm just sitting here and I'm just trying to help.
Hey, Sean, you got anything up? Shia, you got anything?
Nah, not right now. Not right now. I'll fall out the room so somebody else can come in.
No, I mean you're good. I mean he's going in and out. I was going to step away from that. I want someone to speak, but he's going in and out, so I kind of muted it.
Oh, come on. No. I mean, you want to shut it down? Or you want to keep going?
See if anyone else got anything. Real quick. Anyone else got anything? You can click that link. Call in. There's a link right there to bring you to the back door in StreamYard. You can speak your piece. Anyone who want to call in, you can actually go ahead and click that link. It'll bring you in the back room, and I'll let you in the room. I just kind of got some herbs. I'm gonna run in the room and get it. And just show people how to do a proper detox. Whatever happened to Yashabun, man? He disappeared.
I don't know. That brother Mike keep cutting in and out.
Yeah, he's in and out. He's not muted. He's cutting in and out. We can't hear you, Ricky.
Well, David. Oh.
Yeah, your mic's in and out.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here. I'm not messing with it. Oh.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. We can hear you, but your mic is going in and out.
Hey, Shalom, what you got, Noah? Malak ya Allah, you're unmuted. What you got? Well, Malak ya Allah, you're unmuted, but you're muted on your side. Okay. All right, I can hear you now. Hey, Shalom, Dawi, what you got?
Hold on, bro.
Shalom, Elder.
Malak ya Allah, I can't hear you. You're muted, Malak ya Allah.
I said, what are y'all talking about?
We're talking about the coronavirus.
Oh, okay.
How it's affecting, and a lot of people are not prepared.
Slaka, let me mute it for a second. There's a lot of noise. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Yeah, it's loud out here in Newark. It's loud out here, so. Yeah, that coronavirus is something else, man. I gotta go down south in a couple of weeks, to my sister's wedding or whatever down in Alabama, man. I hope the
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea at this time. Honestly, I don't think that's a good idea. You might want to pass on that. If you go down there, you might end up getting locked down there permanently. You might get quarantined.
I think I got it now.
Hey, Nicole, you're in the room also now. So you may not want to go down there. Don't talk.
So I got it now. So can y'all see me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I got it.
So,
Yeah, the whole world is in a state of panic, bro.
yeah, I mean, not properly prepared, huh?
Yeah.
Not properly preparing. I mean, the shelves. I mean, people fighting. I was in Costco. They fighting over toilet paper. I just looked up the surgical mask. They selling them for up to $400 online.
How much? $400.
$400. For them $5 surgical mask.
That's the greed of how people getting, man, since this thing broke out.
They're taking advantage of people.
Of course. They know people at their most vulnerable, man.
Yeah. So, Nicole, what's going down in Florida?
For
They shut
for
down. They shut
disease,
down Disney World, didn't they?
yes, they did.
Yeah, they shut that down. That virus.
Yes, they did. Yes, they in a panic state in the hospitals. Yes, in the hospital. Okay, just put it in for now. Let me know. That's rude. I'm sorry. Yes, but this like when I spoke with you earlier, this just prophecy. It actually excites me because for the naysayers and the ones who didn't believe, now it's coming true. The word of God.
Now everybody want to return back to God now since this thing happened.
This the time. This is actually should be inciting for the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
For those
This
who
a
have
wake
been
up
waiting
call to us.
it's not only a wake up call, it's the call.
Of course. Well, the Lord had to use some method to get our people's attention.
Yes, it's that time. I had a dream back a year and a half ago. And in my dream, the Lord took me to a mountainside. And on the mountainside, I was like inside of a tunnel, like a cave. And I can see all these different technologies being dispatched. It was like a lawnmower was connected to it was basically like hybrid things was being created. It was like a lawnmower was connected to a weed eater. It was just different things that was being created, and it was being sent out. And I interpreted it as we was entering into a time where, because as technology increased, that's the more. Nikola Tesla said he dread the day that technology takes the place of man. And that's what we're entering in. Technology is taking the place of man. And the more technology is being released, that's the more that our world is going to change for the worse, Man is beginning to trust more in technology than they are in God. Man is believe more in technology than they is God. They're trusting a cure for a coronavirus, a man-made cure, more. You know what's crazy? Man is starting to wake up only because of this corona epidemic. But they wasn't waking up when they was hearing the Lord was going to return, is going to return. That wasn't waking them up.
They more afraid of this coronavirus than...
I've been telling America for the longest, if you go back on my post, I've been telling them, America, your God is about to return. Their God, Isis, Osiris, Ra, whoever they want to call their God, Nimrod, the Antichrist. I've been telling them their God is about to return. If we're in those days, in these times, and we can tell this. We can tell this by looking at the sky, the color of the sky, purple and all of this, you know. Our peoples are awakening. So we're just in that time, and it's exciting to me. It's exciting to me. Even, brother, when I was telling you, when it comes into my job field, my field of study, I'm starting to see more mental patients than I ever saw. Well, what they call mental patients. I'm starting to see more of them. More people are being sedated. Some of our top sedations to quiet these people down, because they're starting to see visions and things. Yes. Are y'all ready for me? Yeah. Oh, y'all don't have it in. Wow. Hold on, you guys. Hold on.
So yeah, Dawid, this is getting serious, huh? School
Oh
shut
yeah, no
down.
doubt.
People, you know, Eliezer, the brother in California, they laid him off, huh? They gave him 2 weeks' pay, laid him off from his job. You see what I'm saying? It's getting really serious. They're shutting schools down. Most schools is already shut down for at least 2 weeks already. Telling them to do that work from online.
Yeah, they give them an extended spring break. That's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
They're telling people not to come to work if you can work from home. When people get laid off from their job, what's going to happen, Dawid? And they're not be able to feed themselves. The government's not going to be able to feed them. You know what they're going to do? They're going to rob people.
That's what it's coming to.
Cause crime to go up.
Yeah, and that's when martial law gonna hit.
Yeah.
Elder, what you feel about all these Israelites that was telling people in the beginning, don't worry about that, just rely on the Most High provide, and what you feel about that?
He's talking to you, Dawid.
Who, me?
Yeah,
it always, it's hard to put it in words, man. It's just that our people just need to wake up now, man, and start understanding that this kingdom here is on a time clock, bro. The world is on a time clock, and the Most High's return is real soon. Because these events have to take place before his return. So it's biblical prophecy just coming off the pages, man.
Right before their eyes. Right before their eyes. You're
on a daily basis.
You're living in it. You're living in it right before your eyes.
Yeah. Most of us are aware. We just don't share the.
But it's a showing of who our people need to trust in, man. Trusted in man all these years, man, ain't got you nowhere, man. So it's just telling you, that you got to, from today forth, put your faith in the Father and the Son, man, and the Holy Spirit, point blank. Ain't no game out here no more, man. So our people been putting all their faith in all these Negro leaders. Where that got you?
A lot of them going to die, huh? Like I was saying earlier. A lot of these sinners, Israelites, are going to die. They're going to die.
Scripture say, all the sinners of my people shall die.
By the sword. And that's what it's coming to, man. Hey, this is a man-made disease. Everybody knew that. Man-made disease by these elites who want to depopulate some of this world. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of all of the undesirables who they think they might be. And mainly it's going to be us. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord made us, and only the Lord can take us out. If that's the case, which is not the case, this thing is going to backfire on them just like everything else has.
It already is, huh?
I know.
Guess who's mostly affected by this? China and Europe.
Correct. Spain is on lockdown. Spain is on lockdown. Italy's on lockdown. I think England might be next on lockdown. All right. So
the Lord is showing the world, man. The Most High is showing the world. What you got,
Peace,
Malachi?
brother, you can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
What you got, Malachi? Speak up, huh? Go ahead, Malachi.
Maybe you got a bad connection.
Yeah, you got a bad connection. Sounds like he was on like some third-party software, like Skype or something like that, or computer. Now he just fell out. Yeah, so the Most High is doing this thing, man. They might have created, but the Most High, using their own force against them. And don't you know, Dawee, they're telling people at the hospital, if someone comes in with a cold, not to treat them, to turn them away. Don't treat them because we don't want our staff members infected.
Yeah.
What do you think people are going to do?
You already know.
Come.
And it's gonna be it's listen, man, biblical prophecy. How many people have been ignoring it?
Yeah, I've been saying earlier, you got people like Sadnetta bragging to their damn Egyptologist gods, the 200 that they had. You got Muslims bowing to Allah. Let's see how many people go down and circle the damn Kaaba with this coronavirus and effect. And I ain't banging on nobody's religion. I'm just showing you, man, there's only one power, man. And that's the God of the Bible. If you're not worshiping the God of the Bible, you're not worshiping God.
Everything else is Satan. Everything else you worship, if you're not worshiping the scriptures, the Lord and the scriptures, is Satan. It's all connected to Satan.
Okay.
This is beginning to be a beast system. All right. Why you think these things are taking place, man? This is a wake-up call mainly to our people, because our people always been asleep. These other nations know things that you don't know. These other nations know who the hell we are. And you know that's a fact. Why you just coming lately to know that?
Come. None of those books, man, like I was saying, none of those books have any prophecy besides the Bible. None of them.
Nope. And you notice one thing? Name not one world leader. Which world leader on this earth used the Quran? I'm listening. Or used the Egyptian Book of the Dead? Every world leader you can think of on this earth goes into that scriptures.
The Egyptian Book of the Dead is dead. Egyptology is a dead language. It's not even used anymore.
Nope. It's worthless. See, the Lord making our people get the message. Some of them gonna get it. Some are gonna remain stubborn, stiff-necked, hard-headed, and rebellious, and still believe in this beast system, which gonna destroy you in the end.
Some of them is not gonna make it out of this test right here.
Nah.
Some's not gonna make it out of this thing.
Nope. And remember, this was correlated. They knew the exact date that they was gonna release this thing. You understand what I'm saying? That the exact date, time, year that they was going to release this major virus on the whole world. They knew. The elites knew. And they was getting it ready. Knowing everybody's sleeping, not knowing what's going on. It snuck up on
you. Yep. Come on. The Lord said in Isaiah 43, verse 9, let all nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this and show us formal things? Let them bring forth their witnesses, that they may be justified, and let them hear and say it is truth. The Most High said he's the God of Israel.
Yes. Yeah, you ain't telling no lie on that.
Come. Isaiah 43, verse 1. But thus saith the Lord, that created thee, O Jacob, and that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by my name. Thou art mine. You can't show me any other people on the face of this earth that the Most High declared as his people, that he's married to. And these people still don't want to do right. Still want to commit adultery. Still want to be pedophiles. Still want to break the laws. Don't want to obey. So now judgment is coming.
It's just the stubbornness in our people, man.
Come.
And hey, like, let's go back to the time of the Messiah. Whether a lot of our people agree with him or not, how you gonna hand over one of your own to your natural born enemy?
Come.
You understand? See, our forefathers, I'm being real. I forgive them, man, but I'm still pissed off at them. I'm angry at them that y'all put us in this mess because of your stupidity, not ours, yours. You led this man to his own crucifixion, his death, because you didn't believe. That's what our people problem now. Our people believe in everything that ain't gonna never bring them no deliverance, but they hate to trust in the Father. They trust in money. They trust in this society, this world. What it got them? Nowhere. It ain't getting you nowhere now. The Father is the key. He's the way. He's everything, man. When are people gonna realize that?
Cool.
Look at the stiff neck of our people now, man. Look at them. I hate to say it, man, but be real with it. 2/3 of our people are a damn laughing joke on this earth. And it's not to make mockery of them. It's just the facts. The way they carry themselves out in his streets, man, whether it be in America or wherever they located, especially here in America, man. You choose to be what you are. You understand? Our people don't want to stand on no principles, man. They rather act like a damn fool, rather walk around the streets with their pants hanging off their ass looking like a fool. Ain't nobody put no gun to your head to make you do that. That's what you do on your own free will. Right or wrong?
Cool. Right.
It's a two-way street. The men carry themselves like a fool, and so do the women. Why? Because they ain't got no guidance. Everybody want to say the Bible is a comic book, it's a fairy tale. Then why so many people read it on the earth? Why is it the #1 selling book of all time? There ain't no other book on the planet that outsold the Bible.
Con. Not even close.
None.
Not even close.
Not even close. Because people want, you got certain people, these world leaders, they want to know what's going on. They want to know what's in God's mind. What he gonna do, what he gonna allow on this earth to be. That's why they dive into that book, man. They ain't diving into the Quran like that. They ain't diving into none of these books. Everybody that want to know something or what's gonna drop on the planet, they go to the source, the scriptures, the Bible, and ain't nobody can deny that. Even Donald Trump talking about tomorrow's supposed to be World Prayer Day because of this coronavirus, man. So how everybody denying the scriptures, man? The people that should not deny the scriptures, deny the scriptures. I can understand the other nations, but not the people of God deny the scriptures. And that's what our people problem is. You got leaders who our people look up to. Being real, they cause you the error because they are not a leader. They are not an example of a leader at all. Whether you go to a church, whether you look into these men in your community, they're not a leader, bro. All right? A lot of these men, how many of these men who our people call leaders done sold our people up the river, bro? Sold them out for a damn chicken dinner and a biscuit. Is it real talk or is it fake?
Are you real, man?
And that's what's going on now, man. You got men like Jesse Jackson, man. They was brother talking to him out of ISUPK. Not that I'm in agreement with him. He said we need to leave and separate ourselves from the enemy. Stupid ass Jesse Jackson said, well, how do we do that? You're supposed to have the answers. You a leader. That spirit of leadership is supposed to be in you. You're supposed to automatically know what to do because you claim to be a leader. But he was dumbfounded, man. Just like a lot of these other black leaders, Negro leaders out here. They don't understand, man. We're not going to achieve nothing under the hands of our enemies, bro. It ain't going to happen. Understand? We talking about the salvation of God. These niggas want the world, this world here, instead of being free. They want what they can get the hell out of here. Anybody tell me I'm lying, please tell me. And you know I'm not lying. Anybody on this panel know I'm not telling no lie. They know I'm telling the straight up truth. Am I right?
Spot on, brother. Spot on.
Come on.
You seeing a lot of our people now, they panicking now, man. I mean, listen, I mean, my faith got to increase too, man, you know, because I worry too. Just, you know, I'm human, you know what I'm saying? But I still gonna put my faith in the Father, man, and knowing he gonna get me through this. If I was chosen, he gonna get me through this, bro. If you was chosen, he gonna get you through this. Any man on this panel listening, people listening, if you was chosen, you getting through it, no matter what. No matter what a man say. Because the calling of the Lord is real, man. You got to pick up and answer that call, man. Because this is a real thing here, man. You know? If your faith in the Lord ain't now, man, it ain't gonna never be.
In the book of 2 Esdras 15:5, the Lord said, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world with sword, famine, death, destruction, for wickedness have increasingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." So the Most High is bringing this thing to pass, man. This is the Most High's work. This is God's work. The Lord said he's not going to hold this tongue anymore.
And he's been holding it a long time. Very long time. Because the world don't understand this is judgment coming on you, you nations. All right? You know the book of Psalms 83. Now the Lord bringing it back for you trying to hide and cover up who the people of God are, taking on the identity of his people. The plagues that you brung on us, he gonna bring back on you. That's what's coming now.
So the brother, Malaka Allah was saying he's supposed to go to a wedding in Alabama. I told him he might not be able to go, man. According to Bible prophecy, 2 Esdras 15 and 17, it says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Nope.
Because they're gonna shut up these borders, man. According to Bible prophecy.
Damn this, I see them shutting all of Europe on lockdown soon. Because Italy's on lockdown and Spain is on lockdown right now. So you don't think they're gonna lock down the rest of that continent?
And I'm gonna hit you with something, Zabak. Yahweh. The Lord said in 2 Esdras 15:24, woe to them that sin, death to them that sin. Death to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. So Zabak, you out of here. Yaqub, you out of here. You've had multiple opportunities to repent, but you stood in your pride. Still go out and preach lies to our people. Judgment's coming to your door. And I'm gonna hit you something up. And a lot of people might think I'm cruel for saying this. The Lord don't always get you, man. Sometimes he'll get you through your children.
Or someone else.
That's right.
Hey, see, this is what a lot of these dudes don't get, man. Let's dive into that scripture, Exodus 15:3. When the Lord said, I'm a man of war. A man of war is somebody that don't play no games. He ready to come for you. He ready to take you down if that need be. So what you think he gonna do to you Negroes that's out here, that's manipulating our people, lying to them, robbing them blind, all this pedophilia and all this adultery that some of you diggers is committing? All right, what you think he gonna do to you? He gonna talk to you like Captain Kangaroo or something? I mean, really? For our people to get the message, he got to bring death on a lot of their asses, bro. All right? That's what need to come. You see people's change, the heart of people's change when they see death, man. You see how people change quick when death is around them and surrounded around them, bro, quick, they get it.
Yeah. Get peaceful.
So that's what's coming, man. That's what's coming here. And remember the thing, man. Remember what the Lord said. He's going to start with his own sanctuary first. Before he get to these other nations. He's going to start with us.
Yep. Come on.
So, Zabak. And I'm going to say this too. This ain't no hate for your ass either, man. I ain't hating on you. I wouldn't want you in my presence. I'm being real. Because I'm looking at your spirit, man. You a boastful and proud little Negro, bro. And ain't got no damn power, to say the least. Not a drop of power on the planet, but you a bold little Negro, bro. And that's what I don't like, bro. Know what I mean? Every man on this panel we talking right now, we on the same level, bro. We all in this hole together, man. All right? I'm a servant of the Lord. That's all I want to be, bro. I'm not claiming I'm some leader of our people. Lead them to what? Y'all ain't gonna lead nobody nowhere, bro. You know what, y'all? A lot of y'all gonna lead our people to their own death. That's what you're gonna lead them to, their own death, whether you believe it or not.
They already doing it.
I know that.
Some people can't break free either, man. They can't break free. They worship those men.
But look what worship got them. Look what worship got them. You worshiping somebody that can't deliver you from all your trials and tribulations. Think about it. All these camps, all these men that rule over these camps, who they gonna save? Who? No one. Can they save themselves? Nope.
They can't even save themselves. That's what I was going to say. They can't even save themselves, man.
I mean, listen, they ain't knocking nobody that's teaching these scriptures. That's not the problem. It's when these men learn these scriptures, man, they want to be a warlord over their own people, a taskmaster over their own people, bro. All right? Let these Negroes learn, man. Get the message. The Lord died for the sins of his people, not none of you. You ain't even in the category. You ain't even in the ballpark with him. Stop that. Stop trying to put yourself as some great man walking the earth. You ain't nothing. That's why y'all deceiving yourself. Y'all just a man, bro. You breathe. You walk. You do everything else every other man do. You ain't got no special gifts on this earth. If somebody coming to you with a sickness and ailment, bro, touch them and heal them, bro. Ain't nobody can do that. See, Zabak, we giving you a fair warning through the scriptures, man. The Lord giving you the warning, bro. You gonna take heed to it, bro? Or what? Or you gonna be the stubborn little nigga that you are? Yaikwab, you know damn well your ass is wrong, man. You're wrong, bro. Don't want to hear nothing from you. Leave that young girl alone. Get you somebody of your own age, bro. All right? See, them men in them other camps, man, like House of David, bro. This is why I get in y'all ass too, because I'm saying like, yo, dude, how y'all claiming you leaders, bro? And you scared to step up to some man that you know that's doing something wrong. You scared. You want to hush it. Sweep it under the rug, man. Hide it in the closet. Do the Lord hide anything in the closet? He gonna reveal it all, bro. When that time come, everything gonna be revealed. Ain't nothing gonna be hidden. See, but that's proof to me that if the Lord did put you in the position of power, you wouldn't know what the hell to do. Y'all fooling yourself. And you misleading our people that's following you too, man. When you was dealing with them ox, man, What was your impression of him?
Zabak was always off, and he always had that spirit of lust on him. Always had that spirit of lust on him, man. That's what caused the separation between him and Ben Lawyer, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, what you said last night, that this man went behind his brother's back. I know Ben Lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you said that he went behind this man's back and violated his woman, slept with his woman.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know if he kissed her, or what, but I mean, that's what I was told that actually caused the breakup. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
You know, Ben Lawyer, before he passed into the spiritual world, he had gotten really sick and lost a lot of weight. Because if you remember Ben Lawyer from the 90s and early 2000s,
he was big.
Yeah, he was a pretty big dude, man. And when I had saw him, man, he had lost a lot of weight. You know what I mean? Yeah. So because the old Ben Lawyer would have whipped his ass, man.
No doubt. I know that.
Yeah. And the old Ben Lawyer would have whipped his ass in an instant.
True that. But I'm gonna say this too. Ever since when I was a part of that rim, that one West, what I've seen is men get worse. They thirst and lust for power that made these men corrupt. That's what I've seen. That's what I'm seeing now. You know. Cool. And what I'm seeing, another thing, what I'm seeing, I'm gonna ask these men this question: where's all this real leadership y'all talking about? Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, where is it right now?
Where is it right now?
Right. What are they leading people to do?
And I'm gonna ask this question: didn't the scripture say the Lord gonna create this government, or he gonna carry a government on his shoulders?
Cool.
So what government y'all talking about? And let's get another thing straight. There ain't no prophets on this earth. Y'all need to sit down with that prophet stuff. There's no prophets on this earth. Right? Only prophets I know of is in the Bible. Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah. Let's go on. You ain't none of you men are no prophets. Right? That's another thing I'm getting sick of them talking about. We the prophet. Prophet of what? I know what you profit off of. You profit off of these Negroes that come in your congregations and you rob them blind. That's about it. But talking about Bible prophecy, nah. Y'all ain't none of y'all got none of that gift. All right. See, the Lord I'm gonna tell you, this gonna be a shaking in the Israelite community that's gonna shake a lot of y'all real soon. I ain't put no date, no year, but I'm feeling it. You understand what I'm saying? And it's going to affect a whole lot of y'all cats, bro. And it need to be. It need to be something major on a major scale where y'all going to wake up and understand that you need to become a servant of God, and that's all you need to be. And stop thinking you more than what you are. So stay tuned, because it's coming.
Cool. So yeah, we could go ahead and bring this to an end. We've been on here for a minute, man.
What time you came on?
We came on early, about almost 3 hours ago. Like I think around
4 o'clock,
4:25, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somewhere around 4. Yeah, around 4:25. So about 2 hours and a half we've been on.
Yeah, I see it on the thing I'm looking now. It says 2:39. So you've been on for like 2 hours and 40, almost 2:40.
Cool.
So yeah, man, I just came on quick because I was charging my phone. I had my phone off, so I didn't know you came on early. I would have been on early with you if I would have known. You know what I'm saying? But I got in, said what needed to be said on my behalf. And I just hope some people learn something, man, and just understand. Listen, man, Yeah, trust in the Lord, man. That's it. Ain't nothing more to say. I mean, this it's gonna be scary, man. It's gonna be a scary ride, very bumpy ride. You know, pick whatever you want to say about it. But if you trust in Him, man, He gonna get you through it, man. I mean, straight up. That's it. This is something that need to be to bring our people together, man, and let them know that there is a God, man. He's watching over you, and maybe He have to scare you sometimes to bring you back home. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe this, you know, a lot of our people having fear about what's going on in this earth right now. Maybe this might be the ticket to bring you back. We'll see. Only He knows. So, yeah, man. So I got in, man, and said what needed to be said on my behalf, bro. And I just hope you do what you got to do, and just pray for our people, man. I pray for y'all. Pray for me. Pray for the nation, man. You know, that's about it.
All right. So, you know, we thank everyone for listening. You know, like, share this. You know, maybe it'll wake someone up and trying to help the, help to return them to the Most High and keep them safe. So with that, we're going to say shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom, bro. Take care.